The Spanish influenza of 1918 was caused by the first nationwide vaccine campaign on returning World War I vets. In fact, more vets died from these shots than enemy bullets. Military hospitals were filled to capacity, and as the flu became more widespread, the American propagandists decided to call it the Spanish flu to cover up the fact that its roots were actually American. Over 20 million people died worldwide, all over the world, except for nations like Greece that did not allow the shots. We see volumes of books on World War I and its causes and the aftermath, and yet very, very few people know that the influenza that followed World War I was much more, left a greater impact on the world and had equally dubious foundings in its creation. These doctors, I mean, think about this, in 1918, how much medical knowledge was there? I mean, they certainly didn't have all the tests and stuff that they have now. I mean, they were just literally shooting these disgusting concoctions, thinking that they were helping limit the flu, and actually what it was spreading it.
That was just a very small clip from the 46-hour, 1,776 PowerPoint presentation called the Sons of Liberty Academy.com. It is free to everybody. It is by far my greatest work that I ever produced. It's not the most professionally done, but you can definitely tell my passion and determination to unwrap all the illusions of this world and offer conscious individual solutions. Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, March 2nd, 7:30 in the morning. I did a special late night video talking about how we're having our Wile E. Coyote moment, when the roadrunner is running and then he stops and the Wile E. Coyote keeps running and goes right off the cliff. That's where you are right now, folks. I don't know any other way of telling it. I'm telling you that the coronavirus is going to kill the global Ponzi economy. You have to realize we are double the amount of debt than 2008. The stock market, I think, only hit 14,000 back in 2008 before it crashed to 5,000. We went all the way up to 30,000, double that. And I don't think the bottom that we hit in 2009 of close to 5,000 would have been the bottom had we liquidated all the bad assets, all the bad actors. We actually sent banksters to jail. We actually let them take the hit for all their bad bets instead of bailing us out. But now, even the stock market's higher than, when Donald Trump said Obama's stock market was a one big, fat, ugly bubble.
We have the worst revival of an economy since the Great Depression. And believe me, we're in a bubble right now. And the only thing that looks good is the stock market. But if you raise interest rates even a little bit, that's going to come crashing down. We are in a big, fat, ugly bubble. And we better be awfully careful. And we have a Fed that's doing political things. This Janet Yellen of the Fed. The Fed is doing political by keeping the interest rates at this level. And believe me, the day Obama goes off and he leaves and he goes out to the golf course for the rest of his life to play golf, when they raise interest rates, you're going to see some very bad things happen because the Fed is not doing their job. The Fed is being more political than Secretary Clinton.
He owned this debt. He owned this economy. And now he's going to take the fall for it. I did a coin a long time ago called Humpty Trumpty. What better person to put in charge of the bankruptcy of the United States than the king of debt? And have his Commerce Secretary, Wilbur Ross, also a Rothschild agent, as the Commerce Secretary. What better way of dividing up the nation's assets when it all falls apart? People assume that, the money is made when the stock market goes up. No, the most power is made when the stock market collapses. And they buy when there's blood on the street, folks. They knew this was coming. They knew this was coming. And the fact that they're now, on Bloomberg, a Federal Reserve advisory guy like Scott Menard's, saying silver, all this other stuff. The cat's out of the bag, folks. I mean, this is the time. This is it. You got to be into physical silver. I don't see it. Silver is the the silver bullet for many things. Silver is used to kill these viruses. Silver is used to slay the banksters. Silver is real. It is eternal wealth. This is far larger than just a bet. This is far larger than, cryptos like, oh, I'm going to come in and I'm going to sell at a high. No, this is, can you get your wealth through to the other side? I don't know how to paint this picture, but this is kind of end of time stuff. The end of illusions, the end of this whole Ponzi economy. And I think the people that are able to adapt and react quicker are the ones that are going to suffer the least. The ones that didn't see this coming won't know what to do when it gets here. Like, a global shock will happen to humanity. And now, it's in the United States. We already have, I think, a death in Oregon, and now they have another case that's just found in New York City. So once this now spreads in the American economy and we start reacting, by emptying out the shelves and all that other stuff, no amount of QE, no amount of interest rate cuts, no amount of presidential decrees and all this other stuff is going to stop this virus from spreading and save the economy. Yes, people's lives are going to get saved. No, I don't think it's as bad as, many other the diseases that are out there. It's not as spreadable, but it's not insignificant. It's not the regular flu, right? So once again, I'm imploring, begging people to take this seriously. Don't have just 5% of your wealth in, precious metals, because that's what we saw last week. Anybody who had those, I'm gonna buy a little bit of gold and silver, but I'm really gonna bet heavy on Apple and, Tesla and all these bubble economy stocks. And then when those bubble economy stocks drop, they're forced to sell their gold and silver. People who are trading on margin, they were forced out of their positions because the banksters own and control the whole paper paradigm. But we can control the physical paradigm. And that's why on 3/20/2020, I'm putting in a $77,777.77 buy order for silver on that day in hopes that we push just as much as they push on the paper, that we push on the physical end, that we take the silver out. And I don't even think, honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to buy that. I don't know if we're going to have a functioning market by then. This week is going to be very telling. This is March. This is, the lions are going to start roaring, and there's a lot of energy that's been built up. You have to realize this isn't just, the global Ponzi scheme. This is really a battle of who's going to own this next century, and my hope is we all do, not some cunning fuckers at the top of the Anglo-American Empire, some cunning fuckers at the top of the Chinese or whoever, the criminal elite, I think at the end of the day, if we can get power back to the most decentralized form of power, which is you and your kids and your family, and you withdraw your energy from the global Ponzi scheme, your careers, your soldiering for them, your views of them, and start realizing you're the source of power. They work very hard to get your attention, your money, your effort. And as soon as you realize you're the source of power, especially in your world, it's so empowering. You withdraw your wealth from the system, you stack physical silver like you're a king, and you have all the resources to take care of all the ones that you love around you. That's a way forward that you'll never hear from any presidential candidate. No. They want you to, go do what they want you to do. No, this is the time, especially in crisis time, especially the people who saw this coming, to really keep their heads on straight and take action when other people are losing their minds. That's why we stack silver, right? At some point, this global economy was going to pop. We all have known that. This is not something that can go on forever. And I think this coronavirus, we don't even know if the cases in Oregon and New York, we don't know if it came from live people or if it was actually shipped goods. I didn't see anything saying any different. But if you're waiting for the government to save you and do something, you're already too late. You need to start thinking. Keep yourself healthy, right? Stop eating sugar, folks. Stop drinking alcohol. Those are immunosuppressants. Raise your vibration, drink more water, meditate, eat healthy, lots of fruits and vegetables, soups. These are the things that keep us alive and healthy. And again, I don't think that this is necessarily like a contagion, Hollywood, people just dropping dead, and zombie apocalypse, but it's definitely going to kill the global economy. I don't see how it couldn't. And I definitely think that there's actors who would have benefited off of this. Problem, reaction, solution. Except our solution is real, tangible money. Our solution kills viruses. The silver's being used in, with hydrogen peroxide and silver ions to kill all these viruses. The silver age is coming, folks. But first, we have to reveal all the lies, all the sins, all the inequities. We have to lift the veil, lift the illusion, break what's not real. And to me, I think the most powerful illusion we have is money and those that control it and those that take the power back. So this should be an interesting week. Please take action. Please consider longer term than, short dollar profits and trades, and, start thinking, more generationally. Thank you.
Where do you put your money? What's the number one conviction trade right now for you, 2020?
Silver.
Silver?
Silver?
Yeah.
Why not gold?
Because when you look at the relative values of silver and gold, silver today is about, let's say, 65% below its prior peak. Gold is getting very close to its prior peak.
Can it go exponential like we're seeing in some of the non-precious metals?
I think there's a high probability of that. I would call monetary policy a policy of bubble to bubble. For instance, to save the economy after the stock market crash, right? The Fed cut rates and overinflated commercial real estate, and then we had to bail out the banks with the Resolution Trust Corporation. So then once things calmed down again, investors no longer thought that commercial real estate was safe, and they inflated the internet bubble to the wealth effect to keep the economy going. And then, of course, it went bust, and so then people didn't feel safe in stocks, so they started buying homes. And we played that out, and it bust. And so my attitude is when you look at the amount of leverage in corporate America and where we are today, you definitely are inflating a bubble here in credit.
Is the elasticity or malleability of the system there so we can respond and react when we get that? Or is it a jump condition where it's going to be ugly?
One of my colleagues at Guggenheim likes to say that asset prices go up on an escalator and they come down.
Well, normal.
And
Absolutely.
They come down in an elevator,
yeah.
right? So the problem is, since nobody I know is smart enough to figure out when the music stops, I think that's a really difficult thing for people to try to time.
I started to say a prayer out loud, and it was something like, oh God, please, if you can help us out of this situation, I'll be very grateful, and I'll do what I can, to repay you for this debt that I will owe you. And I remember Pat saying, O'Neill, quit praying. God is not the one to help you now. This is reality. This is what we need to focus on. I don't want you to go into some la-la land, not pay attention, and then get killed. I was actually grateful for him to say that. I was really trying to put my focus somewhere else and not keep it here. Pat saved my life.
No one is coming to save you. The Federal Reserve is not coming to save you. The IMF and World Bank is not coming to save you. In fact, no bank in the world is coming to save you. They can't. Barack Obama is not coming to save you. Mitt Romney is not coming to save you. In fact, no politician or government in the world is coming to save you. They can't. Apple is not coming to save you. ExxonMobil is not coming to save you. In fact, no corporation in the world is coming to save you. They can't. Fox News is not coming to save you. The New York Times is not coming to save you. In fact, no major media outlet in the world is coming to save you. They can't. The Marines are not coming to save you. The police are not coming to save you. No armed force in the world can save you. They can't. Occupy Wall Street is not coming to save you. The Tea Party is not coming to save you. No social organization is coming to save you. They can't. Hugo Salinas Price is not coming to save you. Eric Sprott is not coming to save you. No investor in the world is coming to save you. They can't. No secret ninja army is coming to save you. No cartoonish benevolent bankers are coming to save you. No fantasy superheroes are coming to save you. They can't. They can't because no one is coming to get you. No Muslim radicals, no neocons, no fascists, no socialists, no Jews, no Illuminati, no bankers, no shadow government. All of our problems start and stop with us. We are the ones that must face the common consequences of our active or passive support for this paradigm. We are the ones that took on the debt. We are the ones that volunteered for the wars. We are the ones that cheered our masters. We are the ones that filled their coffers. We are the ones that let the criminals run the crowd. We are the ones that went along with the crowd. We are the ones that built this beast, and we are the ones that are dependent on this beast. We did this, and there's no avoiding the inevitable consequences of our actions or inactions. We are the ones dreaming or fearing the future and not concentrating on right now. We are the ones dreaming or fearing the past and not fully living in the present. We cannot wave our magic wand of denial when reality comes knocking. We cannot pray for mercy when judgment day comes. For when fate, karma, reality, destiny, or judgment arrives, we will know that what we did or did not do will ultimately be our lot in life. We did not embrace the responsibility of living and took the easy way out time and time again. We did not say enough to either individual or institutional abusive relationships. We empowered those that sought to keep us down, and worse, cheered them on while they did it. No one is coming to save you, no one is coming to get you. We made our bed, now we must lie in it. We are either on our own highway to hell or stairway to heaven. In short, we are our own salvation and damnation. We decide, and we alone must live with those results. Only you can see things as they are instead of holding on to fairy tales. Only you can stop supporting a paradigm built off of debt and death. Only you can focus on what you can do to empower yourself and become independent. Only you can stop using their debt money and buy things that have real, tangible value. Only you can save yourself. So stop pushing others to listen to you and stop blaming others for your own problems. It is time to grow up, stand up, and face the facts that this way of life is done. And it should be done, for what are we holding on to? In fact, it needs to end so horribly that humanity can finally say that debt and collectivism did not work. Only then can we start building a life built around honest money and honest people.